By the way, there is no need to live every day surrounded by negative thoughts or trapped in feelings you don't even know where they came from. In this part of Feeling Good by David Burns, we will learn how to defeat cognitive distortions, those incorrect thinking patterns we treat as facts, even though they drag us into cycles of negative thinking. We will also learn practical exercises you can apply instantly to stop that cycle, understand your emotions, and balance what you feel step by step. Even if you haven't watched part 1, it's okay. You can still follow and benefit. But watching the first part will help you understand more deeply and apply faster. Let's begin. 1. Notice your thoughts, as if you're watching a movie. The idea here is that you start observing how your mind works. Every time a negative feeling comes, take a breath, and instead of becoming fused with it, ask yourself, did this feeling come from the situation itself, or from how I interpreted the situation? Imagine you're watching a movie called Me and My Brain. Thoughts and emotions pass in front of you, and you're the one holding the remote. If a thought is based on real evidence, keep it. And any thought that comes from exaggeration, assumption, or a cognitive distortion, press skip. Burns tells you, just noticing the distorted thought is already enough to weaken its power. The moment you say to yourself, "This is black and white thinking," your mind calms down, and your emotions calm with it. Start writing down the distortions you fall into, because every time you catch one, you're actually defeating a weapon that was hurting you without you noticing. 2. The practical treatment that can change your life. This is the method that makes your mind listen to you, instead of you listening to it all the time. Every time you feel sad, depressed, or anxious, instead of drowning in the feeling, take a paper and write 5 things in this exact order. 1. The emotion you're feeling right now. 2. The thought behind it. 3. The type of distorted thinking in it, from the cognitive distortions we talked about in the previous video. 4. Real evidence against that thought. 5. A new logical response you should believe instead of the old one. Writing is what separates you from the storm inside your head. As long as the thought stays in your mind, it looks huge and frightening. But the moment you put it on paper, you see its real size. Small, and often illogical. Example, someone forgot to send an email at work. Emotion, guilt, tightness, feeling careless and irresponsible. Thought, I'm careless. I always mess things up. Distortion, overgeneralization. One mistake doesn't mean permanent carelessness. Real evidence against it. I'm usually committed. I don't normally forget. New logical response. I'm not careless. It was just a small mistake that happens to anyone. Next time, I'll review my emails at the end of the day. Result. The guilt fades, and regret turns into corrective action. Repeat this exercise every time negative emotion attacks you, and notice how, over time, your brain starts correcting itself automatically, even without paper. That's the stage therapy calls reprogramming the mind. 3. Face small fears one by one. When a negative thought comes, don't believe it immediately. Treat it as a hypothesis that needs testing and proof. For example, your mind tells you, if I ask for help, they'll definitely get annoyed with me. Test the thought with one small step. Ask for help, and watch what actually happens. Record the result, and you'll often discover that reality is simpler and calmer than what you imagined. At that point, negative thoughts start losing their power. This exercise doesn't only reduce anxiety and discouragement, it teaches the brain an important rule. Before any thought grows, it must be tested. 4. You are the evidence against the accusation. When your mind tells you that you can't do something, don't surrender instantly. Treat that thought as an accusation, and you're the lawyer that needs to bring proof against it. For example, your mind says, I won't be able to give this presentation in front of the whole team. Instead of panicking or withdrawing completely, write down similar situations you succeeded in before, the skills you already have that can help you present well. A small step you can do right now. like preparing only one slide or practicing in front of a mirror. After taking that step, notice the result. Anxiety begins to decrease, and your mind starts seeing capability instead of failure. This exercise teaches your brain that every negative thought must be compared with reality, and with repetition, your confidence grows and your emotions balance naturally through truth. 5. Change the behavior, and the feeling changes with it. Burns says that real healing isn't just thinking correctly, but actually doing something correct. Your brain might say, wait until you feel better, then you'll be able to start. But reality is the opposite. Mood doesn't improve before action. Mood improves because of action. If you're sitting in bed feeling down, every minute you stay like that, the brain takes it as proof. I'm helpless. But the moment you move, even something small like getting up and walking, opening a window, organizing your bed, calling a friend, the brain releases completely different chemistry, serotonin, dopamine, a sense of control. Burns calls this behavioral activation. You don't wait for the feeling to change so you can act. You act so the feeling changes. Action isn't the result of emotion. Action is the treatment for emotion. Every time you take a step despite the sadness, you teach your brain a new rule. Emotion doesn't drive you. You drive it. Did you know that sleep isn't just for rest? It affects memory, immunity, energy, even lifespan. Don't miss the next episode, where we'll explore the secrets of sleep revealed in Why We Sleep by Matthew Walker. See you next time.